roommate made her family stay just a week, but stayed 3 months and took over my apartment. So I invited my own loud, messy family to deal with them. My roommate Iris invited her entire family to stay in our 2-bedroom apartment for just a week in January, but it's been 3 months and they're still here. She told me her parents and 2 brothers needed a place to crash while their house was being fumigated, and it would be 7 days maximum. I said fine because I understood emergencies happened and wanted to be a good roommate. Her parents took over the living room, her brothers slept in her room with her, and suddenly our apartment meant for 2 people had 6 people living in it. After the first week passed, I asked Iris when they were leaving, and she said the fumigation revealed additional problems, so they needed a few more days. I was annoyed but tried to be understanding. 2 weeks became 3 and then 4 with new excuses each time, like waiting for repairs, insurance issues, and contractor delays. By February, her family had completely taken over the apartment and acted like they owned it. Her mother rearranged my kitchen and threw out my spices because she said they were expired even though they weren't. Her father sat in his underwear on our couch all day watching television at full volume while working from home. Her brothers ate all my food from the fridge and used my bathroom products without asking. When I confronted Iris, she said I was being unwelcoming and they were going through a hard time. She said I had no idea what it was like to have family in need and I should be more compassionate. I reminded her that we split rent 50-50 for a 2-bedroom apartment, not a homeless shelter for her relatives. She said it was temporary and I needed to stop being selfish about space I wasn't even using during the day while at work. Her family started treating me like I was the intruder in my own home. Her mother would tell me I was cooking wrong in my own kitchen and take over making dinner without asking. Her father would change the channel when I was watching something because he said renters didn't get priority over guests. Her brothers would bring friends over without asking and party in the living room until 3 in the morning on weeknights. When I complained to Iris, she said her family was just trying to feel comfortable during a stressful time and I was making it worse. By March, I discovered the truth when her brother let slip that their house had been foreclosed on months ago and they had nowhere else to go. There was never any fumigation or repairs, just a family that lost their home and decided mine would do. Iris admitted she'd lied but said I wouldn't have let them stay if I'd known the truth. She said they were looking for a new place but needed more time and I couldn't possibly kick out a homeless family. I gave them 2 weeks to leave or I'd involve the landlord. Iris laughed and said they were tenants now after living here for 2 months, so I'd need to formally evict them, which would take months. She said she'd looked up the law and I couldn't just throw them out anymore. Her family got bolder after that, knowing I couldn't easily remove them. Her mother started redecorating with her own furniture she'd put in storage. Her father set up a whole office in the corner of the living room. Her brothers moved their gaming systems in and took over the television completely. They stopped pretending it was temporary and started receiving mail at our address. That's when I decided to make their stay so miserable they'd leave voluntarily. I started by cutting off the wireless internet since it was in my name and I paid for it. When they complained, I said internet wasn't included in their non-existent rental agreement. Her father couldn't work from home anymore and had to go to coffee shops. Her brothers couldn't game online and threw tantrums about it. Iris begged me to turn it back on, but I said guests didn't get internet privileges after overstaying their welcome. Next, I removed everything I owned from common areas, including my television, my streaming device, my gaming console, my kitchen appliances, my pots and pans, my dishes, my furniture, everything. I then started playing music in my room at all hours, since apparently noise wasn't an issue in our apartment anymore. Death metal at 6 a.m., techno at midnight, country music on repeat while I was at work. When they complained, I reminded them about all their late-night parties and said I was just trying to feel comfortable in my stressful living situation. I also started charging them for utilities, presenting Iris with a bill for 5 people's worth of electricity, water, and gas for 3 months. When she refused to pay, I had the utilities transferred to her name since she claimed they were tenants. Suddenly, she was responsible for hundreds in deposits and past due amounts. The turning point came when I invited my own family to visit for a week. My parents, my sister, her husband, and their 3 kids all showed up to stay. I told Iris my family needed the living room so hers would have to share her bedroom. When she said that was impossible, I said she'd made it work before, and they could do it again. My family was loud, messy, and constantly in the way just like hers had been. Full story on channel, link below.